Plaintiff Tamela Mitchell says when she started dating the defendant, he knew she was a dancer, but he soon had an issue with it. Tamela claims the defendant was mentally and physically abusive, and she's suing him for unpaid child support. Defendant Willis Barringer says Tamela was the abusive one in their relationship, but she had him falsely arrested for assault, and he spent a week in jail. Willis claims now that he's no longer with Tamela, she's been keeping his son from him.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I wish I never met him, to be honest. I really, like, I met him in 2011. It was Facebook. In 2011, I lost my mom, the lady, my foster mom, who died. And I was going battle with a depression. And I was going to the University of Toledo. And Willis reached out, and I put a status on Facebook.
Was he going there also?
No, he graduated. He went to Ann Arbor. He went to University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. He played in 2002.
And you're here for child support? It's one of the top universities in the country. And he can't pay his child support? Please, there's something to this. There's a trick to this. Go ahead. He must have went on crack after he graduated. Something happened. Go ahead. My son graduated University of Michigan. He's working for the United States Senate. That's an elite college, and everybody there gets the top of the line jobs. But go ahead.
So we didn't start dating in 2013. Like, it was toxic, like mental, physical abuse between me and him.
Please tell me you finished school first.
My mom died. I had to drop out of school to take care of my brother. Okay. And I'm in college right now. I'm at University of Mott. I mean, not university, at Mott. Yes. I changed my major. So it was auto body tech to work on cars. So I think we need more women to work on cars than guys. 2013, we started dating. It was toxic. He was ashamed of me because I was a dancer. I'm still a dancer. And I was confused, like, if you're ashamed of me, why you date me? Like, you know I was a dancer. It's on my Facebook. It's on my Instagram. It's not new to him. We broke up in 2013 because he was done with me. When he wanted to be done with me, I was fine with that. And in 2014...
What does that mean, done with you when he wanted to be done with you? How did that conversation go?
When I tried to break up with him, he would not let me go. But when he wanted to be done with it, he just left when he wanted love. Was
there an incident?
It was just toxic. Like, we was like mental. Like,
so on one of those toxic incidents, you all never got back together?
We never got back together.
Okay.
So 2014, I moved on. I went with my ex. I started working at WILLIS job in 2014, and he told me in March he wanted me back. I was in love with Willis, so I got back with him.
This is 3 years later, or how many years?
A year later.
1 year later.
Yes.
Okay.
And 2014, April, I got pregnant. I told Willis I didn't know if it was his or the other guy. December 11, our son came, and a DNA showed that Willis was the father.
Was not.
You was the father.
Was not.
Okay.
I got one kid. His name Willis Barringer III.
That's what I'm talking about.
You said King. You said your other kid that you had during our marriage.
I said 2004, and you had a baby too.
No, I didn't.
You didn't? I got text messaging for that lady right now.
I don't have kids.
But anyway, sir.
You had a child during the marriage?
Yes, I did. In 2017. In 2017. He did it in 2016. I didn't. The girl wrote me. The girl wrote me. She reached out to my mom, said, your husband had a baby with my cousin.
Show me something from the woman who had the baby, not no mess and gossip from her cousin. Go ahead.
2006 graduate of University of Michigan.
All right. Yeah. What's up, man? That's a big achievement. Big achievement. Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Toledo, Ohio, sir.
Okay, that's a major achievement. Toledo is a tough town with a lot of poverty, with things that cause people to have a weak education.
Well, I currently coach youth football because of that situation.
Okay, good.
I met Tamela, yes, on Facebook. I met her trying to help her with her paper on Facebook. And so 2013, we got together. March 2013, we started working at the same job. I got her pregnant during that time. Were you out of school, obviously? Yeah, I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was.
How long had you been out of school?
I've been out of school, what?
At that point. When did you graduate? What year?
I graduated from Valparaiso In 2009, I went to grad school and got my master's also.
Okay. I don't talk too big, because I'm going to have to roast you if you're not paying this child support. You're talking too big for me. You're setting yourself up.
That's
Go
all
ahead.
right. Your Honor. Your Honor.
You got your masters. You got with her. You
I got
all
her
had
pregnant
a
in
child.
2014.
You got married.
And then she put her hands on me.
After she put her hands on
She put her
you.
hands on me before we got married. I let that go.
Yeah, so, okay.
She hit me and called the police and
What
said...
year was this?
This was 2013.
Huh?
March 2013.
You married when?
We married February 2014.
All right. And tell me from the marriage what occurred.
Well, I married her because she had my son. I grew up in a two-parent household. I believe you grew up in a strong two-parent household, the child becomes a great individual. So I adhere to...
If he can eat.
If he can, yeah, if he can. All right. So.
Go ahead.
So we end up getting married.
That's when the child support come in. Got married.
We ended up getting married in February 2014. August of the same year, she hit me again. She put her hands on me. She called the police. She put her hands on me. She called the police and said that I was committing domestic violence against her. So they took me to jail for like a week. At that point, this was the second time I was done with the relationship, and she was threatening me with. She withdrew all the money from our joint bank account.
No,
we had a joint bank account. She withdrew all the money.
No, I didn't.
Your Honor.
You lost your job.
She withdrew all the money from our joint bank account.
Let him finish, ma'am.
She withdrew all the money from our joint bank account. Then she withheld sex from me, and at that point, withheld sex. Well, I mean, I'm saying that we're married.
A woman has that option.
I'm with you. I understand.
No,
but there's no reason to take money out the bank account. And then,
correct.
And she called the police, hit me, and called the police and say that I committed domestic violence against her. That's here nor there. I didn't do any of that. I'm a stand-up guy, sir. But the most important thing is she said she's going to keep my son from me, and she has succeeded in doing that within the last 2 years. She kept my son. I only see my son at least 3 times.
Did she tell you why?
It's difficult to get in contact with this individual.
In 2 years, you haven't been able to contact her?
Well, no, it's not that I ain't been able to contact her. When I do communicate with her, she's hard to get a hold of. And I have to, in the divorce decree, I'm supposed to get...
Michigan grad, you said when I do get a hold of her, it's hard to get a hold of her.
No, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Your Honor. It's difficult to get a hold of her.
Right. Once you get a hold of her.
She doesn't, I have to adhere, I have to change my schedule for her instead of us meeting at a compromise.
So you let that stop you from for 2 years. Let me hear from you.
No, sir. I was in 2 car accidents in 2016, April the 4th and April the 30th. He failed to realize to tell you he lost his job for he lost his job. He was jobless for 5 months because he was smoking weed. He's lost his job. So me being in a car accident, he didn't go to none of the doctor appointment. He refused to go
Let's move on from the mess to the child support issue, because by your own admission, ma'am, you had a baby while in the middle of being married to this man. You have no definitive proof that he did the same, and he denies it. So let's move on. You all both got a very, very messy situation there, and I don't know whose mess is the biggest. What's child support? Let's get there.
Willis owed $2,800 to child support.
Tell me how. What year, sorry?
I filed in 2017 in August while I was pregnant. I called Willis to see, before the child support order, before I filed, I called Willis verbally. He said I never got in touch with him. I called him verbally. I'm like, I need help with your son. He like, that's not none of my business. So I filed for child support because we got kids together. Like, you're not gonna help me.
Correct, go ahead. Then
what? I filed, we went to court, and he was supposed to pay $253 a month.
You have the order?
Yes. I reached out to Willis numerous times. Willis, our son was living with his mom and dad because his dad died in November. So Willis saw our son numerous times. So it's not like he didn't see his son.
That's a fib, Your Honor.
Okay, well, that's not the issue here anyhow. It was supposed to begin in July?
Yeah.
All right. And you all divorced when?
On June 28th.
When did you separate households?
August 2016.
August of 16, you separated households. The child
was in my custody at the time.
Did he pay? Did he give you any money
Yes.
for your child?
Yes, sir.
You're looking at me like you don't understand what I mean. And okay, and you were satisfied with that amount from 2016 until the time you filed?
He should stop paying me. He should stop doing
Okay, so that's a yes.
Yes.
All right. And since the July of 2018, he has missed all of these payments?
He only paid $10 to keep his license.
And to your knowledge, why wasn't he giving you anything since 2016?
I don't know.
You never asked?
I reached out to him before we moved to
What would
Flint.
he say?
He just said he wanted to see his son, and I'm trying to.
Okay, well then that's the reason, ma'am. But sir, what you must know is that is not a way to escape child support. That's a custody dispute, not a child support dispute. Even when a woman withholds visitation, you still have to pay. You go to the court and you file for contempt for them not fulfilling the order of the court for child visitation.
I've paid as much as I can. I'm currently looking for another job so I can pay the rest.
Since 2016, were you paying consistently?
No, sir.
All right, why not?
Well, I had a couple of things going on within my life around that time. My father
For
had
2
passed.
years, you haven't been able to pay.
No, I didn't say.
Michigan man.
No.
How much have you paid since 2000? All this game ain't nothing.
No, I'm not trying to say that.
2016.
I have.
How much? Sir, be quiet. You've been to jail before, so you know what a judge does. Now, since 2016, how much have you paid? That's what I want to know.
I have the papers right here.
No, you tell me. Who you think you're talking to?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You think you can come in here and the judge ask you how much and you say, here go the papers, read them yourself? Who do you think you are? Now go ahead, tell me how much you've paid. You read your papers.
I believe
You can read, Michigan man, can't
Yes, sir.
you?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes,
Master's
Your Honor.
degree.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read it.
Your Honor, I believe I paid at least.
You believe your claim is granted. You are unsure, and she is very sure. She has shown me the order to payment. She says you've paid nothing. You don't know how much you've paid. That's why her judgment is granted. Have a good day.
I just want to see my son.
Okay, so what
I just
you
want to see
say?
my son, dude. I don't care
I'll
about
reach
nothing. I
out
just
to
want to see.
you.
You ain't reached out to nothing. You ain't reached out to nothing.
Baby dad.
Man, whatever, man. You hold my son hostage, man.
your own son
You hold
hostage.
hostages.